Hello and welcome, or welcome back. I'm Jamie Lee, and this is my Thursday series, Rags to Riches, what it takes to go from zero online sustainable income to sustainable online income, enough to support me and my family. Today we've got a little look at my analytics on the YouTube creator. Not my normal, because I have a monetized Monday for that. But I want to show a couple of things that I've tweaked that helps guide people from my YouTube to my free resource. Last week was about building a funnel. This week is about seeing the funnel, the behind the scenes. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So, 148 views, 7.3 watch time hours, and 4 new subscribers in the last 365 days, because that's what matters for monetization. Because I know people want to know. But what I want to do is go over to the content, arrange it by date. No. Yes. And the how to build the funnel for last week, click on comments. Pinned comment. That was me. As you can see, it has a functioning link. This is an affiliate link to Your First 5K with Arlen. Her platform, her membership, the free membership is what I'm using to build this, because the tools that she provides, even at the free level, is phenomenal. I would have not made this much progress this quickly had it not been for her tools and resources and guidance. The second thing, the Fact versus Fear mini reset. It's a free download and it links right to the Stan Store, which I'm going to attempt to get on. My poor computer is so slow. This is the analytics for the Stan Store. I'm going to do custom range. And I'm going to go from the 19th of February when I started to today. That is not when I started. Interesting. Oh, there it is. And it just took a minute. I've had 11 store visits and one person got my free resource. I am so stoked. This is beautiful. Where are my customers from? Instagram, Google, Stan Store. Other, I'm going to assume, is the membership because I linked it there. Fact versus Fear reset, the Aftermath clarity call, and the Fear versus Fact mini reset, which is what was downloaded. Right? 8 views and 1 order, free order. So, what is this Fear versus Fact mini reset? I made it in Canva, and I had used Arlen's GPT, which is included in her $100 offer, 5-day challenge. And it walked me through literally step by step, by baby step, through Canva to create this in less than 30 minutes. It was so ridiculously easy. So, and I'm going to show you this because I know it works. I have done this for years for myself and for many, many others. And I have condensed it into these 3 steps. Obviously, first you stabilize your body. You don't feel calm all the time when you're emotionally regulated. You catch yourself before you spiral or lash out or you begin shutting down, and then you choose to do something different. Not quite box breathing, but close. I find this allows us to pause as long as we need to after breathing out. You repeat it 5 times. While you're doing that, I find pressing my feet to the floor, whether I'm standing, whether I'm sitting, or if I have my shoes on, I feel the inside of my shoe. Then when you've breathed, feet pressed to the floor, you don't have to think about what you're looking at or what you're feeling. You just notice them. Let them come, let them go. You are here now. And this is what you say to yourself. Right now, in this moment, I am safe enough to think clearly. Right? That's how you ground. Very quickly, very easily. This is where the magic happens. Once you're calm and centered and in the present moment, you're not ashamed of the past and you're not afraid of the future or anxious. What is objectively happening? And then what am I predicting could happen? I'm going to use a example of I'd lost my job. In fact, I'd lost my job fairly recently due to circumstances beyond my control. I was forced to choose mother to my children or working woman. It was just circumstance. Objectively, I'd lost my source of income. And I'd only had 3 months of living expenses saved. I was spiraling because I'm in government housing and my rent is geared to my income, and there is a in-depth process that comes with adjusting the rent to the income. So predictably, I could lose my subsidies, or I would have to go through processes to see if I could even get back onto welfare or Ontario Works, because it was going to happen. There would be interviews, there would be investigations, and it was all going to happen. When? I don't know. But I knew these things needed to happen. So my anxiety was spiking. I was spiraling into, oh my gosh, I could lose my home. My children could lose their home. We could wind up homeless again. That's where I had to sit down and say, okay, objectively, who said I'm going to be homeless? Well, no one. It's a probability. Okay, when am I going to be homeless? Well, I don't have a date and time because no one's actually said definitively we're going to be homeless. That was my fear, not fact. Okay, so we're not going to be homeless. When can I apply for government assistance? Well, I actually didn't know when I would be able to apply. So my next step would actually be to get an interview with an intake officer to see what my situation was objectively and when these things could happen and write them down. Those things are true. Now, the fear of losing my home, that is real. It is very real. I'm feeling it. So it's very real. And it's actually could be probable. But is it objectively true? No. Without somebody of authority telling me it's happening and when it's happening, objectively, homelessness is not true. So I had to put that fear aside. So once you get objective facts, what is happening, you can then reflect. What is in my control this week? Well, in my control would be to call an intake officer and ask the questions that I had no answers to. I could go down the street to the employment office and use their facilities to create a resume, look at their job board, find myself some income. I could also see what skills I have available to me and how I can apply them. What is outside my control? Outside of my control is the homelessness this week, without any definitive when and how and who's going to authorize it. That's not in my control. Is somebody going to hire me? That's not in my control. Am I going to get government assistance? Again, not in my control. What's in my control is who I talk to and what accurate information I can get. What is one stabilizing action I can take in 24 hours? What is the one thing I can do in the next 24 hours that will feel like putting some form of firm footing underneath me? I can make the call to an intake officer to ask the questions I need answers to. That is one thing I can do. That's in my control. And then at the very end, if it brings some clarity, but you're still overwhelmed, you don't need therapy, but you need somebody other than your mother, your sisters, your boyfriend, your husband, your children looking at you going, it'll be fine, you're overreacting. Then this is where you talk to me, because we will go through the situation, separate fact from fear in real time, and create a clear plan forward. This is a 1 hour fear versus fact reset. We walk through everything we just did in this 10-minute exercise in deeper depth. And it's always limited weekly access because there needs to be depth and care in every interaction. And this is actually a link directly to the Stan Store. So you don't have to go searching for it. It's right there. But yeah, Miss Arlen and Your First 5K, her tools helped me walk through this process. It was done. It was done in 30 minutes. And even the color scheme, everything. And now, instead of the $100 offer, the 5K month challenge walks you through using Skool, Skool, as a membership and a YouTube channel as a funnel to the membership. Because building a community when you feel so isolated is so important. We all know what that feels like. So, this is what I've been working on this past week. It has been eye-opening. It has been challenging in the best ways. I've also been doing a 30-day sprint on Instagram, posting every single day. This also will lead into what I'm doing next. YouTube is also going to get a 30-day sprint on my channel, and it's going to be posting valuable content every day for the next 30 days about what I'm doing, how I do it, testimonials, case studies, and I'm going to give you as much information, useful information as possible, because I believe everybody at some point or another has looked at their situation and just couldn't get past the fear projecting onto their future. Or they were stuck in a shameful cycle of the things that happened in the past that we have no control over or can't change. It's frustrating and it's isolating, and it's really hard when the people who know you or should know you best just don't seem to get it. That's when you need a community, and that's what I am building next. So the Instagram is going very well. I am enjoying video making. The 10 tech and tools that are available, again, through Your First 5K with Arlen on school is invaluable. YouTube is going to get, my YouTube channel is going to get a little bit of an update, as well as new valuable videos for the next 30 days. And when the membership is up and running on school, it will be linked starting with this video and every video after that. So exciting things, big things. And although only one person has taken the free mini reset, it's huge. It is absolutely huge. It means that there is a need for this. I know there's a need for this because there's been many people over the years who have come to me repeatedly just to help stabilize their life in a non-judgmental, straightforward way. And I will tell more about my story, but 8 years ago, while giving birth to my youngest, I almost didn't make it. I went into shock, and effectively, my heart stopped. I don't know for how long. I don't remember. But when I came to, I looked at the man beside me, my partner, and realized I was not in love with the man in front of me. I loved his potential. I loved who he said he could be. I loved the best of him. And I realized I was doing us both a disservice. And I'm not gonna lie, trying to work that out postpartum didn't go well. Our son was 7 months old when he decided he didn't want to be there anymore. He told everybody who would listen that I threw him out and I was withholding his child, which was false. And every time I reached out, he vanished. Eventually, I got tired of chasing him down for his signature on all the government paperwork we needed. And then I had no choice but to go for custody. And it took me 3 months to find him, only to find him in jail. I didn't even care what for. And then COVID hit. And we were isolated. And then the following year, I got news that he'd passed in the worst way possible. I was 3 provinces away from home when I got that phone call with 2 small children. That's where this started. I had to ground myself in the present because my children needed me. I was alone with children 3 provinces away from home with devastating news. And I still needed to be present so we could be safe and enjoy our holidays. And then I had to separate, well, objectively, what's going to happen? And then let the fears go. Let the rest of it go. That's where this started. And I used that framework I showed you pretty well every day for the first few months. Taking it one day at a time became easier and easier and easier as my skills in grounding and separating fears and facts and doing the next right step became much simpler. We were also homeless, technically speaking. We were sleeping on the couch of my ex-husband's family. So we'd been abandoned while homeless. And then I was, left without a partner when he passed. But going through all that, refining this system, it wasn't long until we turned a corner. Yes, we're in government-funded housing, but there's only been once where I questioned if we were going to lose this place or not. We don't live in fear. We don't live, it might be paycheck to paycheck, but it's not fearful. It's frustrating. There are more things that have happened in my life, honestly. In the last 8 years, there's been a lot. But I've always gotten through it by staying present, or at least coming back to the present regularly, separating my fears from the facts as they objectively are, and then deciding the next right step. Because the next right step is something that is in my control and I can accomplish in the next 24 to 72 hours. That's how that works. So this is what I'm bringing to the table. My experience, my clarity, and I'm going to be open and vulnerable about it. So in the coming days, you're going to be seeing more of me. If you've subscribed, hit the little notification bell. If you do not want to get notifications daily, as the videos are going to be going up daily for the next 30 days, adjust that notification so you're not being disturbed on the daily. Or if you're excited to see what's happening, change it so you get the daily notifications. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. Like the video so you get more information like this. If this video has been helpful or you are intrigued, the link for the mini reset is in the description and also will be in the first pinned comment. If you know someone who this might help, don't hesitate to share this video with them. I am hoping to be building a community of genuine, caring women and mothers who, doesn't matter how big or small your life-altering moment was, we help each other through them. From job loss to life loss. And everything in between. And sometimes it's the good changes. Maybe you've actually gotten a job that's a little outside your comfort zone, but it's a phenomenal position. And it's a little scary, because sometimes even the good big things can be scary. So, join me here every day for the next 30 days. The school membership, when it's up and running, will also be pinned in the description as well as in the first comment. And when it's up and ready, I hope you'll join me there as well. I am looking forward to meeting each and every one of you.